Alright, boxing fans, we have an awesome treat for you. We've had lots of requests to have this guy on the phone with us. Right now, on the phone with me is Tyson Fury. He is clearly one of the best heavyweights in the world at the moment. Tyson, it's great to be talking to you right now. How's your training going on in Canada?
Training's going really good. We've done everything that we needed to do. We've had the right sparring, the right food, the right sleep, the right everything, you know. We've done everything we needed to do and really ready for the fight now.
Your next fight is against Steve Cunningham. Now, this is an IBF heavyweight title eliminator, and it's going to be taking place on April 20th. Now, tell us a little bit about that fight. Is this guy going to be a real test for you?
He's a two-time champion of the world. He's about 6'3". He's going to come in about 210 pounds, about 93 kilos, about 14 stone 7, for those who don't know. He's a lot smaller than me, but that means he's going to be faster, he's going to have better movement and things like that. So it could be a potential banana skin of a fight, you know. It's a win-win situation for Steve Cunningham, because if he wins, he's going to get a world title fight off of my scalp.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's another one of them fights where just got to keep busy, win the eliminator, and hopefully I'll get Vladimir Klitschko next. So I got to keep my eye on the ball. Don't underestimate anybody, and keep training hard and doing the right things, and I'm sure I'll win.
So, as you said, after this fight, there could well be a fight against Vladimir Klitschko, and are you confident of that?
100%, yeah, you know. I thought this will be my second eliminator back-to-back for the world title, and I should be mandatory after this fight. So, whether it's going to be for the WBC title or the IBF, we're going to find out very shortly.
Now you're getting places on the international stage, certainly, but there's a lot of British heavyweights out there that obviously want to challenge you. There's guys like David Hay out there, David Price, we know there's a little bit of beef going on there. Thompson also said he's American, but he's also said he wants to fight you, for example. Now, are these guys big competition for you?
No, not at all. Thompson's a granddad, Hay's a little girl, and David Price is a chinless wonder. So I don't know how they're going to be good competition, you know. Everyone wants to fight somebody who's being successful and doing well, but there's a big queue, and I've had to fight my way into contention to get where I am today. I haven't just been gifted, hand picked, and slotted in place. I've had to fight to get here. I've had to fight dangerous opposition, you know. So if they want to fight me, they got to win and prove themselves and get themselves up there in the top 10 in the rankings, and then we can sort something out. But I'm sure when I win the world title in my next couple of fights, then I'll defend against all of these easy touches like Thompson, Price, David A, whoever else wants to fight as well.
So you are 20-0, you are undefeated. Are you basically saying that no one can test you?
Me personally, I believe I'm the best fighter on the planet, all weights, because I don't believe any of them other guys can beat me, whatever weight they are, whatever weight they're not. So I don't get all that if we shrunk them all down to the same size. Well, that's never going to happen. And I see myself as the king of the tree, and I'm going to stay there for a long, long time, as long as I want. You know, in the past I didn't used to train properly and take things for granted. And now I've got my head screwed on properly, training hard, focusing right, doing everything I should be, everything a pro heavyweight should be. Then there's no stopping me. If I went 17 straight wins against decent opposition, without training properly, coming in out of shape, fat as a pig, being tired after 2 rounds. So I've only had 3 fights now where I'm properly trained. I've been in proper condition. I've done weights. I've had all the drinks and supplements and everything you need.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it perfectly now, and there's no excuses at all.
And how have you gotten back from that? No, obviously, you're saying you weren't up to peak physical fitness back then. How did you actually decide you were going to get to the peak physical fitness you are right now?
It was when I hooked up with my Uncle Peter. He just took over the reins and sorted me right out, you know. There was times in my life and career where I thought to myself, nah, I don't want to do this. This is too hard type of thing. Like when I started back training with Peter, because he absolutely killed me for the first 3 months of training. I went up to like 24.5 stone of pure fat after the Christmas and whatever I'd done. And it nearly killed me to get it off. So I know how hard it is to fight unfit and fat. So now I'm fighting in shape and fit as a fiddle, and it's all easy for me. Training's murder, fighting's easy. But if you put the training in the gym, all fights can be easy, you know. It's just down to your skill and technique then, rather than worrying about, am I going to gas after 5 rounds? So take all that into account, I had to do something about it, and Peter sorted me right out.
And
whipped me into shape.
Yeah, and you are obviously in shape right now, and you mentioned Peter, your uncle. He's actually done a lot of work with other boxers as well, hasn't he?
He gives advice to other people and things, but it's just a family unit. We don't. It's not open to anybody else. It's just pure familyness. We have maybe cousin Yui, who's a world junior champion. He's turned pro now. He's 1-0 as a heavyweight, and just me, and that's it. Nobody else. Oh, we have my cousin Phil. He's a welterweight. He's 13-3. So just us three, really. That's it.
And you think that kind of helps a little bit more because you've obviously got trainers who are more focused towards you.
100%. You know, I've got Peter. He's doing everything perfect, and he's in it for my benefit. You know, he's not after money. He's not after fame or glory or anything. He's just purely after it for my benefit and our well-being. You know. So that's a big important factor, you know, because some of these people are just after a few quid and getting their face on TV and jumping on the bandwagon. You know, everybody loves a winner, but it's not about the money, the glory, the fame. It's about the family name and reputation. So obviously he's going to want us to win. He's in our best interest.
Now, Tyson, you obviously believe you will be a world champion at some point, but when did you realise that you were going to be a world champion, and when did you realise you wanted to get into boxing first of all?
Well, I realised I was going to be a world champion when I was a little child, you know. I didn't ever think I'd be an amateur boxer. I was just going to turn pro and be the heavyweight champion of the world. Ever since I walked into the boxing gym, I've always been like, I was going to be the heavyweight champion of the world. There was nothing else. There was nothing in between. There was nothing I ever wanted to do apart from be the heavyweight champion of the world. Now, all my family believed in me. Even from my first amateur fight, I was going to be the heavyweight champion of the world. So when you've got that type of thing on you, like moniker on you, you've got to do something about it, you know. And I aim for the stars, whatever I do, and anything less is a failure to me. I didn't start boxing to be a British champion or win a few fights and lose one, or to make a few quid or whatever. I started boxing to be the heavyweight champion of the world and put my name down on a short list of fighters that's done that. And I'm on my way there, you know. I've got my full body in the door, head round a lot, just got to get me foot through the other side.
And were there any other boxers back in the day growing up? And I will stress, you are only 24 years of age. Were there any heavyweights or boxers, in fact, that really did inspire you to, well, believe in yourself and become a world champion?
You know, I only inspire. Man doesn't inspire me. The only inspiration I have is God. You know, doing good in my life and being as good as I can be as a person. You know, and looking after my family and whatever. But I think like the inspirations, obviously, like I watched a lot of boxing tapes and stuff like that. Growing up, I was always around boxing. My father was a boxer, my uncles were boxers, all my cousins box. So boxing's a family tradition, you know. It's not something that we just decided one day Tyson was going to be a boxer. Yeah. It was on the cards, you know. So my inspiration's my family and God. That's it.
And you have achieved quite a lot so far. You actually are the first person to have won the Irish, English, British Commonwealth. No, sorry, Irish, English, British and Commonwealth. Heavyweight championships, aren't you? Yeah,
first person to do that, so set a bit of a record there already, and I'm the youngest ever British heavyweight champion, so that's another little record there. So, you know, there's a few, but I think my cousin Yui's going to bust that record because he's 18, and I didn't turn pro till I was 20, so it's going to be good to see if he can beat my record of being the youngest ever British heavyweight champion.
And we'll have a look at him, won't we, on the card?
Yeah, you're going to see him. He's fighting a tough guy. He's got Yui's 1-0 with one knockout, and the fella he's fighting's 1-0 with one knockout. So it's a battle of the unbeaten. Somebody's always got to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And your unbeaten record has not been tested as of yet. Perhaps your last fight looked like it was the closest one so far, but even then you clearly won that one. And your last two fights were actually guys from America, and you're debuting in the United States. What kind of crowds are you expecting?
I'm expecting a big sellout crowd at Madison Square Garden. You know, I'm expecting my fellow Irish people to come out and support me on the East Coast. You know, it's a big Irish community out there, so they should come out and support the Irish heavyweight champion, which I know they will, and I'm very thankful that they can do so.
And that last fight with Kevin Johnson, you fought that one very differently to how you fought a lot of your fights.
Yeah, you know, you haven't just got to be a one-dimensional fighter.
Yeah.
as you've seen in the past, I can go forward, go backwards, southpaw, orthodox.
Yeah.
I can do it all. There's not a boxing style I can't do, and whatever style I need to do to adapt to the fighter in front of me, then that's what I'll do, you know.
And once again, Tyson, this fight, how can we watch you, and why should people tune in to watch Tyson Fury?
You can watch it live in the UK on Channel 5. Starts about 9:45 p.m. and you should watch me because I'm the most entertaining fighter in Britain, and because I'm super sexy as well.
And you will be world champion soon, according to yourself.
Listen,
as well.
The proof's in the pudding, you know. If I'm no good, then I'll lose, won't I? And if I'm any good, I'll win. That's the way I see it. I'm a realist. I don't talk nonsense, and if I'm no good, then so be it. And if I don't win a world title, then it's not meant to be. But all I can do is train hard and do the right things, and if it's God's will, then it'll happen. If not, then no problem. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm on my track to winning the world title very, very shortly.
Well, Tyson, if that doesn't inspire people to tune in, then I don't know what will. It's been a pleasure speaking to you on the Sports Lounge 93.5 Unity FM.
Good man. God bless you. Bye-bye.